But what's going on, guys? Welcome to another educational video. I'm going to be playing some Syndra into Sylas. I forgot to change my runes from last game, so I only got half of my rune page changed, which is why I'm running Resolve Secondary, but this is probably going to be a Liandry's game. It's not a thing I do often. I pretty much always go Ludens, otherwise I just don't pick Syndra, but I'm going to go and try a Liandry's game. Would have been pretty good to have cut down and, like, presence of mind this game as well. But so far, really good. We know he's Q-start, so there's no way for him to ever walk up to us. And that's what you really need to understand in the Sylas matchup, is what skill he starts. Too many players are afraid to play versus Sylas because of the heal and getting, like, chain womboed for 80% of their health, but every single time he uses his Q, we know for a fact that he's got absolutely nothing to play against us. And now that we've chunked him out, we're forcing him to use his potions, and then eventually we just get a huge health lead, as we currently do. Resource control is one of the easiest lanes to get, like, control over a lane. I'm surprised. This guy's playing very aggressively for not using a health potion right now. We like balls too? Yeah, I love balls. Oh, wow. It's really cringe to miss last hits, though, because that's, like, the basis of your economy. We could probably burn Flash here. If I had ignited a little bit sooner, we could have tried to ignite for Flash. But we have really insane kill potential right now. It just takes one EQ at this point to guarantee a kill. Now, the issue here is that we're playing into a Trundle, and Trundle does actually have a level 3 gank, so I wouldn't be surprised here if we just die, so we're just going to take the first blood and walk away. We're just going to go and dip and let the lane reset. Now, I do have access to Flash, so I could go double Amptome here, but it's probably just going to be Boots and Amptome. This guy's being way too greedy and not using his potion sustain, so we just get a free engage right there. Sylas scares me. Only good thing is that if he overextended, he has to do the walk of shame back to his tower. Yeah, if he ever misses E2 after being forced to walk up this far, you just get so much free damage, which is like why you have to play it specifically close to your tower and like hard matchups. But level 1 through 2 is like your biggest window of opportunity if you're like taking consideration of Q or E start. But right now, this guy has to use his Q if he wants to farm this. I'm not going to let him walk up otherwise. And it's important not to stand on top of the minion that's about to die, because he will just chain it for AoE damage. But once again, we are continuing to build up a lot of damage. We know Trundle's bot side right now, so I don't need to be afraid of getting ganked, so we just gotta play as aggressively as possible. And the reason why we're playing aggressive instead of zoning him out is because I want to create kill pressure, so by forcing him to trade for every single one of these minions, that's a little bit more active than if I were to just go ahead and let him push up. Because he just gets zoned off the wave completely. So I don't think he would ever walk up if he knows he's going to insta-lose, but whereas under tower he feels like he has to go for it. Usually pushing isn't always the solution. I get a lot of people come in my chat and ask me, like, when do I not perma-push? And the whole point of perma-pushing is that you're able to move and, like, walk to other parts of the map. It's not necessarily to create kill windows unless you have like a really strong jungle or 1v1 matchup. Because if I'm pushing him under tower, he can just farm at max range. But if I freeze the wave and he ever walks up, he pretty much instantly loses. So that's something that you have to take into consideration. Do I want to force him to walk onto my side of the map and have to run all the way back to tower? Or do I want to risk getting ganked for this possible 1v1 that isn't even guaranteed? Rawr. Noob? Yeah, I'm a noob, sorry. What happened again? He's currently level 4, so this is a pretty big window of opportunity to look for an all-in. Unfortunately, I don't do nearly enough damage because he's got so much base HP. This guy is almost the same amount of HP as me despite being down 2 levels. This is pretty huge if we get this, though. It's okay, I can actually play for an all-in at max range. If he walks for the ball, it's pretty guaranteed. But the thing is, if I try to do an EQ like that, then I just won't have my E for another 15 seconds. It's not always the best to look for, like, really random plays. Alright, he's zoned off the wave right now. We actually do kill the Trundle here, so maybe we play for it. We pop the Ignite early because he's just going to heal. We're gonna flash Q him at last second, so. Alright, huge. Really good play from us. And at this point, we crashed the wave. We could play for a plate, but it's probably better just to reset here and go grab items. The plate won't die anyways. It's just not like we're losing any of the money. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go grab tier 2 boots just because we're into melees, and I want to have extra distance control. And at this point, I'm gonna drop a ward, swap the Oracle Lens, and buying a pink ward here is also fine as well. I'm just gonna run straight back. You're making Syndra actually look like a good champion. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm single-handedly preventing Syndra from getting buffed despite being one of the worst mids in the game. Tragic. So the reason why we do so much damage is because we're taking an early game champion that is meant to win lane at level 1 through 2, and then we're actually winning. So if you pick Syndra and you're afraid to fight level 1 through 2 when that's like one of your strongest periods, then you're kind of just falling off for no reason, right? Like, the whole point of this champion is that you want to snowball, otherwise pick literally anything else. If you're going to play the scale or go for like mid to late game, you should not be playing Syndra. This champion is meant to win lane. You're a lane bully, and if you don't play to win lane, you're just wasting the champion. So at this point, we got to run from the gank. We could probably let him, but we're going to let this slow push to us now. I don't have flash. So pushing in the first place is considered incorrect. We're going to make Sylas walk up and get ganked potentially. And either way, he won't be able to farm from this point onwards because we have a massive item lead. And I don't need pressure to actually rotate it anywhere else in the map because there's no gank opportunities right now. But just watch. So we grab the wave. We just go ahead and pull it upwards. And now we're equalizing the lane right here where my cursor is. And he has to walk up this far in order to farm. And if he ever gets engaged on from this position, he just instantly loses or gets ganked. So every single time he walks up the last hit, he is putting himself in pretty much the kill range. Yeah, so it's free. And that was so simple, right? All we had to do was legit just pull the wave. We recognize the fact that there's no shot he can ever do anything otherwise. But if I continue to push him under his tower, at any point he could walk away, right? Like, I don't have a guaranteed kill in that scenario. I'm surprised we actually didn't get the smite steal. Ooh, the Asher is perfect. Unlucky. Now, even more tragic is I actually lost the local gold from rotating down. But I need to go spend my money, otherwise there's just a bunch of useless stats right now. I think the biggest tragedy here is I'm not able to afford my Dark Seal because I missed out on local gold. I could stay in base for an extra 30 Gs, but I pretty much just lose, like, probably the whole wave, 100 gold for it. We're gonna do it anyways because I'm lazy. So I lose 6 minions, pretty much 120 gold in exchange for a Dark Seal to save 30 gold. It's not ever worth it. And now Sylas has an opportunity to roam if he wants to, so he could technically run to side lanes. Instead, he just opts to take the vision for free. You said you're going Liandry's? Oh fuck, you're right. I did say I was going Liandry's. I can sell the Blasting Wand. The thing I'm considering here is, so like, even if it's a Liandry's game, you can technically still go Luden's. It's just that the primary difference is that you fall off, right? So like, the whole point of Luden's is that you spike early, and I'm already really ahead. So by going Luden's, I'm just accelerating my 1v9 potential, but then immediately drops off at like 20 minutes, so... If I'm trying to solo win my lane, probably worth it. Could have just killed him right there by pressing R. But Luden's is meant for raw burst damage, so like killing people instantaneously. It goes really well with Syndra's core identity. The issue of Liandry's is that even though in this particular game it gives me higher, like, consistent DPS against their front line, I don't have as much burst damage as before. So that's like the difference between being able to one-shot a Ashe or Brand, or just being forced to like double combo somebody, or go through 2 rotations. I will go ahead and I'll just sell it. I'll go Liandry's. Overstaying right now, we have so much money. There's no reason to ever stay here, so we just delayed our reset. We're now sitting with 800 gold and no resources. Now, the good news is I pretty much still win anyways because he's 0 and 5, but giving him a chance to get a 550 gold shutdown is griefing, without a doubt. He dies to Ignite, but the thing is, giving him that chance to outplay me, or even get that shutdown, is considered a massive L. I didn't live because I'm better, I lived because I got lucky. And when you're leaving things to luck, then it's honestly just kind of an L. At this point, it's too late to go Liandry's, so I fucked up and we're just going Luden's at this point. Rachichu, thank you very much for the tier 1 and welcome back to the Platonic Harem TY. Now, the reason why Luden's isn't the best here is because once again, they have a lot of bruisers on their team who are going to be getting magic resist for free. For example, Garen already has 70 MR, Trundle will have like 70 MR as well. Silas will get MR for free, he's going to go Merc Treads into this team, no doubt. The only two people I'll be able to consistently one-shot regardless of my build is probably Ashe and Brand, considering how ahead I am, but... if we get another ball in the rotation, he just dies, so... unless... the E saves him, unlucky. I wonder... I mean, the Kindle Gem's the only reason why he lives there, but I wonder how much HP he actually has. You guys got 1.6k. I'm stuck, guys. If Trundle's here, I'm pretty much instantly dead. Yeah, I'm fucked if he pulled... oh. Unless... I think we actually survive here. I think we outplay this as well. I'm saving my E as long as possible, but I don't think it's working for me. There's hope. I don't think we pivot. I think the better play there is we EQ at melee range, double stun, and then we get Q back during that time frame. Huge Nunu assist though. Huge. It's a real sad day when I'm considering buying the Ruby, but I'm going Void Staff no matter what in this situation, just to curve out my build. Normally you go Shadow Flame with double Impim items just for like maximum potential, but we already do enough damage to kill Ashe Brand. Going Void Staff gives us the exact same amount of penetration, but it gives us more value against their 3 triple tanks. So we're kind of forced to go Void Staff here. It's better anyways. It's not really forced, it's just it's better. But I'm forced to build it because it is better. But we should be able to turn this around maybe. I can't believe I missed that. What a mistake. Alright, that's huge. I'm actually going to take bottom tower off of that. I really enjoy doing WQE combos. Getting a double stun is like so pog. Yeah, we are 8 and 0 at this point. The Silas alone is 0 and 8. That's tragic for him. But we should be able to take this tower. It is unfortunately... it actually is First Blood Tower, so we get an extra 400 gold if we take this. Alright, huge. Now, it's bad timing because Dragon is available, but we do have our bot rotating in the mid, so we should have pressure to prevent that from happening. I just really want the Blighting Jewel. And we're going to swap to Farsight Alteration at this point, since we're no longer looking for potential roams. We didn't roam this game at all, just because we had a vice grip on the Silas's dick. And as you guys are aware, Syndra is a dominatrix, so I had to fulfill the destiny. That is my duty. But we should definitely go for Dragon here. Extra resistances is really good to deny from the enemy team. And also gives us another win con later in the game if we get Soul. No English? I'm sorry to hear that. We're going to roam up here. It looks like he's looking for it. I think they should not ever lose here. We're super close to upgraded E. Wow, they're actually going for it versus a Nunu with double smite. Oh, that's tragic as well. Goodbye. Goodbye.
My God,
I'm gonna go for the 6-ball ult and see if it just annihilates him. It does. Silas is out of position as well. We're just face tanking all the brand damage. I'm gonna Q early just to build up the double stun just in case we need it. He just got bugged out of this world. You see him just... yeah, he glided. You think Silas would get domed by Syndra? Oh, for sure, dude. At this point, I just assume that Sylas is into it. Like, he's been chained up for half his life for being a magician. I'm sure he'd be down for, like, the literal personification of magic power, Syndra doing it to him. No cap. Yeah, we could go Magi's as our third item. Like, this game is essentially over if we just play slow and methodically. But the thing is, raw AP versus magic resist equals bad. So I'm going to finish my pin item, and then I'm going to go Magi's. I also get an extra 5 magic pin from upgrading this to a legendary item, because Magi's is a legendary item, so that's going to give me a whopping... I currently have 49 MPen against base MR, probably 70 for 80 against... Not 70 for 80, but definitely like 60 versus the 3 guys. But we should just go Rift Herald and then probably take the 2 top towers. I kind of dislike split pushing in this scenario, but I do win 1 versus 2 no matter what. It's just I want to be grouped. Oh, this guy's dead. I don't feel bad whatsoever, chat. Sylas players deserve nothing. All this guy needed to do was build Merc Treads. The biggest counter to Syndra is Merc Treads, because deny Scatter the Weak stun time equals I can no longer press Dark Spear again for traditional ball in the ult, and also nerfs my damage by like 20%. So, once again, another failed mistake. I have to be EQing. Like, ooh. Okay. So I keep QEing instead of EQing. If I EQ, I get an extra second of stun time, but if I QE, I don't. I'll try and show you guys an example so you know what I'm talking about. But the way it works is that when you project a wave of force, it pushes people back to the apex, and during that period of time, they can't move because they're knocked back. And then when they hit the ball, it stuns them for 1.5. But when you lead with EQ, you're stunning immediately for 1.5. But if I EQ and I knock back for the first duration, I get a second of stun, and then it stuns after that for 2.5. Assuming that they have no tenacity from, like, Bloodline, you know? We're gonna sell everything for the Magi's, though. I want the additional move speed. Garen just, like, wiped me out of this world. Can you imagine having Garen and Sylas on the same team? Yo, Scotty Gun, thank you for the follow, as well as Random X CO and Mario124521. We have Flash though, so I don't feel bad about going Magi's. I've got an extra layer of protection. Well, I actually do 0 damage. What the heck? We should be able to find a free kill here. I don't feel good walking through this blind, but... I'm just going to press R because I don't want him to accidentally get away, so... Is it a waste of my ultimate, which is pretty much 80 seconds?
My
yeah.
god, he's a simp.
Does he feel like absolute shit thinking, oh my god, I can't believe she ulted me, what a cringe lord? Yes. I'm applying mental damage. They're actually just taking our entire bot side for free right now.
He's a simp.
In exchange for us getting Baron. I'm just going to take an inhibitor while my team does Baron. Due to your stream and YouTube, I love your content, learning a lot. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. That's really kind of you to say. Yeah, let's just go and farm some Magi stacks for now. We're going to put the ball down, look for an E off of it. No shot, I'm dead. I just lost all my Magi stacks to greed, guys. I'm pathetic. Yes, so essentially, when you start the game versus a Kalista as a Sylas, you would not be able to use your ultimate, because you'd have to bind to somebody first. The moment you take their ult, so it just immediately gives it to you. And that way you can bind before the game starts. 5 Magi stacks, not enough for the move speed, which is a little Pepega, but... We have 2 options, either survivability, or we just completely amp into damage with Rabadon's Death Cap. We're going to play for dopamine because we've got rod money, and rod money equals big dick energy. So the game should be over, provided that we just end with Baron push. So we just need to stay grouped and not give them an opportunity to get shutdowns back, which I've given them twice for no reason. Because when you have a really big gold lead like this, you just want to make sure that you're finding opportunities to take advantage of that gold lead. So the longer the game goes and we give them like random picks or like shutdowns, they're kind of closing the gap in that regard. The longer it takes for us to end the game at that point. So I should have waited to ult after he used his W, which is the damage reduction. So that's something that I could have easily waited for, is the visual icon of the shields going up. Because he gets huge amounts of damage reduction during that period of time. If we want to make sure this game is like 100% positive, we really just need to wait for our teammates to get back on the map. If we keep pushing 1v5, yeah, we do just kill people by ourselves, but we're also giving them a chance to like find Ash Arrow. I'll take the free Medjay stacks though. They're greeting a little bit too hard for us. First time I visit the stream and you're playing my main, Poggers? Yo, what's going on, Yumi? Welcome to the stream. Did a heavier damage Vex build based on the Inspiration Tree nerfs. I enjoyed the additional damage, I like a lot. Yeah, Sorcery is feeling really good right now. My EQ didn't go off because he E2'd. Oh, I guess keep distance here. I just pretty much die if he finds ult. Yeah, I'm unlucky. I did really bad kiting right there. Pretty much the only reason why I die. Is he getting kited though, or are they just ending game for bottom? Oh, he actually just dies here. Unlucky. I think Nami dies too now. There goes the Medjay stacks again. Oh, it's a surrender. Perfect. Alright, GG guys. Welcome. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like the content. It helps out my algorithm and channel a lot. TY.